Point of no return. Welcome back, man. We know too much, man. We done seen too much. We done been through too much, man. We done experienced too much. God done revealed Himself to us over and over again for us to go back to the way we used to be, the way we used to think, react, and respond to life, man. It's your Holy Ghost homeboy, Slim, SLIMM, simply living in my moments. Which means yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's never promised. So all you have is right now, this moment. And I hope you fully living in yours because I'm fully living in mine, man. Just back with another quick word, man. God is wanting me to tell y'all, receiving y'all breakthrough. You know what I'm saying? We right there at the threshold. You're going to be very uncomfortable. So you have to find some comfort, understanding that you're going to be uncomfortable. You feel me? Like it's symptoms that I can't really explain, man. It's like physical and like other things too that you go through, bro. Like, let's start with the physical things. Like, you just can't rest right now. Every time you try to go to sleep, I'm telling you, He gonna wake you up. Because it's like, if your work is not done, He's trying to give you opportunities to get your work done, because your time, your moment is upon you. And when He made that covenant and pact with you, He promised that He was going to bring you through and break you through no matter what. But He also said how you come into this next phase of life is very important. And you want to come in as clean, as obedient, as submissive as you can to receive the fullness of God's glory and blessing. So you feel like every time you can be doing nothing, ain't nothing gonna go on. You feel me? You can be wasting time, and the life will let you waste time as much as you want it. But the minute you decide to get up and, okay, I'm gonna work on this paper, I'm gonna go ahead and write this letter, I'm gonna complete this song, I'm gonna make this phone call, I'm gonna make this transaction, something's gonna pop up. Something's gonna pop up. And I'm telling you, every time you try to go to sleep, you be tired. Okay, let me go to sleep. You dozing off, you fall asleep. I promise you, something's gonna wake you up. And then once you wake up, you're up until you go to sleep again. So in those moments when you just find yourself up at these weird hours of the night, go ahead and just be productive and just get something done off your list and just continue to knock something down. Like I say, you will continue to experience some headaches. They should be easing up by now, because your body should have adjusted to you receiving the endowments and the blessings and things. It's a real thing. And when you're receiving information and you're receiving wisdom and, you know what I'm saying, promises and visions and stuff like that, it makes your head hurt, but it should be easing up. It should be easing up. My appetite is still crazy. Like, I could be hungry and I'll be getting ready to eat some food, and I'll look at the food again, and then my appetite will go away. And that's just showing that, one, man cannot live off bread and bread alone, but two, is just showing you that you want what God got for you more than you want food, more than you want sleep, more than you want love, more than you want, praise. You want God's promise and your purpose to be fulfilled for your life. So that's why you're going through all this. Mood changes, mood swings. Like, you could be fine 1 second and then something will happen and it'll change your mood, but you go right back to how you used to be. Like I say, you're just reacting and responding to real time. You're not bipolar, or you're not off balance, or, doing anything too extreme. No, you're just reacting and responding to life in real time. You know what I mean? And a lot of people get that mixed up with you acting out. You know what I mean? It's not like that. A lot of people have things said to them and done to them, and a lot of times they won't do or say anything about it. Or they'll wait till after the fact, then they'll say what they should have said or say what they should have done. But you're not letting nobody slide. You're not letting nobody get away with nothing. It's kind of like you just calling everybody out on their stuff. Nobody's giving you no slack, so you're not giving anybody else any slack. Yeah, but you have to be careful with your mood swings. Just be careful, because sometimes you could go on crying spells and you can get really emotional out the blue. So you just want to make sure that you're around people who understand what you're going through, so you're not made out to look like you're unstable or you're doing something out of the norm. Another thing, you want to help a lot. Like, you want to help people. I mean, like, giving away everything you got type of deal. Like, I've been through this so many times. Like, I went through it before the first time I was having the breakthrough. And I literally spent my checkings and my savings. Literally. Like, everybody I saw when I was in stores, like, it was crazy. Like, God was just on me. that much. And in that time, I was fully in the spirit, and what he kept telling me was give it away, give it away. And I feel that same thing now. And like I say, I gave away too much, because once I came out of it and I realized I gave everything away, I had to start over, and I have been recovering ever since. But it's been a good recovery, because it means a lot to know that even when I was hurting, even when I was going through the most, even when I was breaking down, even when I felt like I was losing my mind, my essence, my true essence was to help and to serve and to be good to people. You know what I mean? So you go through these times, and it truly shows you your true character, and it shows you who you are. Another thing is, like, you don't have time for negativity or ignorance or stupidity. You don't have time to waste. So it's like you get bothered, you get triggered by people, places, and things that tend to waste your time. You don't want to spend your time talking about things that doesn't edify the soul or the heart or the mind. You don't want to be around people that are draining you or pulling you down or have a poverty mindset. Like, it literally hurts you to be around negativity and to be around people who don't see the blessings, they don't see the silver lining, they don't see, you know, the good parts of life, the positive parts. All they do is take on the negatives, and they just run with that. And it's like, you can't be around people like this. You can't be around doubters. You can't be around people who are of little faith, because it literally will, I was about to say pee you off. It literally will make you upset and make you angry, because you're trying to stay strong and stay firm in the posture that God has put you in. So you're not allowing any negativity to infiltrate your system, to bring you down, or, you feel me, like to turn your vibe down. No, he's trying to make you radiate. He's trying to make your signal amplify and spread and turn up even more. So you can't be around people who vibrating low. You feel me? Like, you're only with high frequency people, places, and things, man. Another thing that happens is you are very, very honest with people right now. You're very, very open, and it could be to the point to where you're so blunt and so abrasive, it could rub people the wrong way. But it's like, no, like, you're not saying anything that isn't true. It's just that people aren't used to hearing the truth. You know what I mean? People aren't used to hearing people be so bold and upfront. They're used to being the ones that say all the things and, you know, make the low blows and making these comments, but you're not even doing it for that reason. You're just calling a spade, and people can't differentiate that. You're just expressing the truth. You're not mad, you're not upset, you're not angry, you're not frustrated. You're just calling it what it is. You're at this point where everything is black or white. Like I say, you're either good or you're bad. You're either saved or you're not saved. There's really no in between with you. So a lot of these people that's lukewarm or riding the fence, you're chewing them up and spitting them out. You don't have time for that. You feel me? And it could cause your temper to be short. It could cause you to kind of have a low tolerance for people. So you just got to be careful and just make sure that you're not too snappy, or that you're not taking things too far, doing too much, being too excessive. But, you know, these are just some of the things. And what else? Like I say, every time you're trying to work on yourself, something's going to interrupt you. Something's going to try to stop you. Something's going to try to prevent you from completing your task, but you have to go around it. You have to just stay at it. And if you can't do it at that particular time, try not to get frustrated and angry, because it is very frustrating and very angry. You feel me? Like you get that way because you know these tasks and these things that you need to complete is dire to the goal and to the mission. And everything comes in to try to stop that, so you can get mad and get upset and snap at everybody. But no, just accept it. Just accept it. Understand the enemy is playing his games. It's not going to give you anything. You have to take it from it. It's not going to leave you alone. You have to tell Satan to get behind you. You have to make these demons flee. You have to do it, because they're not going to do, you know what I mean, what you want them to do. Their job is to disrupt you, to kill, steal, and destroy you. So you have to be on your guard, and you have to stay positive during this time. I'm telling you, it's going to be hard, bro. And like I say, your overall disposition and mood is serious. You know what I mean? Like, you're kind of dry, you're kind of monotone, you're kind of not flat, but you just straight to the point. And it's because you're only focusing on what God got. Nothing else satisfies you, nothing else appeases you, nothing else makes you happy. You feel me? And you have to, you know, like I say, take your breaks. You have to take your moments to yourself to recalibrate, to get back balanced, to make a new plan. You got to get back to doing what you was doing before, when you was knocking out stuff back to back to back to back, because where God is taking you, all this stuff is going to be needed to be present and ready to present at the time of the meeting. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be ready. You can't go up in there and your work is halfway done. You can't go up in there and you just got a line or two. You got to go in there with everything complete, with your T's crossed and your I's dotted. You feel me? Like you got to be in your P's and Q's. You got to be at your best, because remember, you only get one first impression, and you want to make sure that it's so impressive that they have no choice but to remember you. I don't care if they've been in the business 30 years, 50 years, 100 years. They're going to meet you and realize they never met anybody like you. So God is just preparing you. So he's not going to lay off of you. He's going to be on your mind constantly. He's going to be on your heart constantly. He's going to be at your soul constantly, at your side constantly. He's going to be having you do these assignments to pray for people, to deliver people, to speak to people, to lay hands on people, to do all these things in the midst of you trying to break through. So it can just feel like you're just going in circles and spinning in circles, but you have to prioritize, and God's going to show you what's important. He's going to show you, hey, do this first, second, third. It's just up to you to listen and to just keep utilizing, but he's not going to let up. He wants you to be uncomfortable, because he says if you get back comfortable, you're not going to go harder. You're not going to get everything that's promised. So he needs you to be uncomfortable so you can continue to grow, elevate, and change, bro. So don't look at it as a bad thing, because trust me, I feel like, man, I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't think, I don't even feel myself. Like my stomach, I always feel like it's full of butterflies and just upset and just turning, because your being, your essence, your spirit man knows that your breakthrough is here. You feel me? He knows that it's his time to live again. So you're excited, and your flesh know that it's dying for the first time for real. You feel me? Because your flesh dies when you cross over and transition, when you leave this earth. But if you get baptized and you get renewed and restored through the spirit and through the water and through the blood, your flesh dies while you still alive and while you still here on earth, and it can feel it. So that's why your flesh is screaming. They want to do all these things it used to do and react and respond the way it used to, but your spirit man is now saying, nah, it's my time now. So he's going to calm your flesh down. He's going to calm your mind down. He's going to calm your heart down. He's going to calm your soul down. You just have to continue to listen to your spirit man and spirit woman as it gets you to break through all the way. And like I say, it's going to happen fast. It's going to happen quick. You're going to want to praise, and you're going to want to worship. You're going to want to be in the word. You're going to want to cry and just exclaim. You're going to want to jump for joy. The spirit is on you. You always feel the spirit present on you. So just enjoy it. You know what I mean? This is the last dance. You feel me? This is our last time dealing with life and death the way we have. This is our last time dealing with anxiety and depression the way we have before. This is the last time dealing with love and marriage and our kids and life. Our perspective, our mind state, our posture has changed, bro. We've been elevated and given a higher position in life. So therefore, your peace is going to increase. Your joy is going to increase. Your happiness is going to increase. Your resilience is going to increase. Your faith is going to increase. All because you decided to just stay on the path. So, like I say, just stick with them. Just stay with them, because it gets crazy. It gets crazy because, like I say, you got one foot in the spiritual realm and one foot in the physical. So just stick with them. Just stay with them. And as you break through and receive the tangible, blessing, you feel me? You receive the check, you receive the house, you receive the car. Just make sure you're doing right by it. You feel me? Make sure you're making God proud. Make sure that you keep God as the prize and not these blessings and these things that you're receiving as the prize. God is always the prize. These things that we receive is just, you know what I'm saying? It's just collateral of being God's child and being God's friend. You know what I mean? But don't let those things be more important than God himself and Jesus himself and the Holy Spirit, itself. You know what I mean? So you got to keep the main thing, and God will keep you going. So if you have questions, he has answers. If you have fears, he have, courage and confidence and strength for you. So right now is the time to just keep going to God, and he got you. He's going to break you through no matter what. But we want to make sure we go on this other side as clean, as healthy, and as clear, and the best versions of ourselves that we could possibly be. But But like I say, those just some things that happens when your breakthroughs upon you. And if it's more, you know, just fill me in and I could make a different part and give you more things too. But those were just some of the things I could think of off the top of my head. But like I say, just stick with him. Stick with God. He's the only way that could get you through. Till next time, Slim.